What if taking more steps each day isn't the secret to staying healthy after 70, and might even be slowing you down? For years, we've heard that walking is the key to aging well. But a growing number of doctors are sharing a different perspective. After 70, it's time to shift focus, not away from movement entirely, but toward the things that truly keep your body strong, your mind sharp, and your independence intact. That doesn't mean walking is bad. It means that at this stage of life, your body has different needs. And if you're still relying on long walks as your main form of exercise, you might be missing the 5 things that truly make the difference in how long you stay strong, stable, and sharp. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 essential practices that matter more than walking once you reach your 70s. These are not guesses. They're backed by the latest research in aging, mobility, brain health, and long-term independence. Stay tuned until the end, because changing your focus in these 5 areas could extend your quality of life, prevent injuries, and even help you live longer. Now let's begin. Number 1. Leg strength through resistance training. One of the biggest myths about aging is the idea that walking alone will keep your legs strong. While walking is helpful, it's not enough to prevent the muscle loss that naturally accelerates after 70. The truth is, your legs need resistance, something to push against, to stay firm, functional, and reliable. Without that, even if you walk for an hour a day, you may still lose strength in the very muscles that keep you upright and safe. Think about George, 76, who used to walk 3 miles every morning without fail. He was proud of his routine and assumed it was keeping him in great shape. But over time, he started having trouble getting up from low chairs. His legs felt shaky on stairs, and eventually he fell while reaching for a book on a low shelf. His doctor explained something he'd never heard before. Walking doesn't activate or build all the major leg muscles needed for stability. George had endurance, yes, but strength that was slipping away. The muscles that support your hips, thighs, and knees need targeted activation. That means things like bodyweight squats, seated leg lifts, resistance bands, and standing heel raises. You don't have to go to a gym or lift heavy weights. Even just 2 or 3 times a week of gentle strength-building exercises can make a world of difference. What's important is consistency and choosing moves that engage both your front and back leg muscles. Because here's the truth, when your legs stay strong, so do you. You walk with confidence. You rise without struggle. You prevent falls before they happen. And the stronger your foundation, the longer you maintain your independence. Walking helps your heart, but strength keeps you on your feet. So if you've been skipping resistance training because you thought walking was enough, it's time to give your legs the extra attention they've earned. They've carried you for a lifetime, and they deserve the support to keep going strong. Number 2. Balance and coordination exercises. After 70, one of the most overlooked areas of health is balance. You might assume that if you're still walking every day, your balance must be fine, but that's not always the case. Walking follows a predictable rhythm, one foot in front of the other, often on level ground, and usually in a familiar setting. But real-life balance requires something more: the ability to react, to adjust, to stay upright when things don't go as planned. And unless you're training for it directly, you may be losing that edge without realizing it. Let's talk about Helen, 80. She took pride in her daily walk around the block. She moved well, kept a good pace, and rarely felt tired. But when her granddaughter accidentally dropped a ball in the kitchen and it rolled near her feet, Helen lost her footing and fell. It wasn't because she was weak or clumsy. It was because her body hadn't practiced recovering from sudden shifts in position. Her coordination was fading, even though she hadn't noticed it. Balance training can be simple and powerful, standing on one leg while brushing your teeth, walking, heel to toe along a hallway, or doing gentle exercises like Tai Chi or controlled marching in place. These practices strengthen the small muscles in your ankles and hips, and they rewire your brain to respond more quickly when something unexpected happens. That moment when you trip on a rug, miss a step, or turn too quickly, balance training. helps you stay upright instead of going down. What's key is making it part of your weekly rhythm, not just hoping your balance is okay, but actually testing and improving it. Because falls are the #1 cause of serious injury for people over 70, and they don't always come from weakness, they often come from a split second of lost control. That's why walking alone isn't enough. You need movements that teach your body to adjust, recover, and remain steady no matter what life throws at you. So ask yourself, when was the last time you stood on one foot or turned quickly without grabbing? For something? These aren't childish games, they're life-saving skills. And the more you train them now, the more likely you are to avoid the kind of fall that could take months or years to recover from. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment #2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. 3. Joint protection through low-impact movements. We age, our joints carry the weight of every step we've taken. Decades of movement, effort, and wear. And while walking has benefits, too much of it, especially on hard surfaces, can slowly grind down the cartilage in your knees, hips, and ankles. After 70, it's not just about moving more, it's about moving smarter. And for many older adults, reducing repetitive impact and shifting to joint-friendly movement is one of the most important changes they can make. Consider Martin, 73, who used to walk 5 miles a day around his neighborhood. It was his favorite routine. But over time, his knees began to ache. He started hearing more cracking sounds when he stood up. Stairs became harder, and eventually he stopped walking as far, not because he wanted to, but because it hurt. His doctor told him something surprising. The problem wasn't his activity, it was the way he was doing it. Long walks on concrete with stiff joints were putting slow, consistent stress on already aging cartilage. That's why low-impact movement becomes critical after 70. Exercises like gentle stretching, swimming, water aerobics, or cycling on a recumbent bike can keep you mobile without grinding your joints down. Even simple things like hip circles, seated mobility exercises, or floor-based stretching can bring relief and flexibility without the wear and tear of a long walk on hard pavement. The goal is to keep moving, but to do it in a way that respects the structure of your aging body. This doesn't mean you have to stop walking altogether. It just means it shouldn't be your only form of activity. And it especially shouldn't be done without giving your joints the love they need. That includes warming up before any activity, wearing cushioned shoes with proper support, avoiding hills or uneven surfaces if they cause pain, and listening closely when your body sends signals of discomfort, not just powering through. So many people push themselves to keep walking, thinking they're doing the right thing, when their joints are quietly begging for a break, or at least a change. The secret to longevity isn't just endurance, it's preservation. And if you want your knees, hips, and ankles to carry you well into your 80s and 90s, you have to treat them like the irreplaceable parts they are. Walking less doesn't mean giving up. It means evolving, and your joints will thank you for it every step of the way. 4. Brain stimulation through intentional mental activity. Most people think of physical exercise when they hear the word health, especially after 70. But what many forget is that your brain is a muscle too. And it needs just as much daily attention as your body. Walking may keep your heart pumping, but it doesn't challenge your mind the way focused mental activity does. And for seniors who want to stay sharp, alert, and mentally resilient, ignoring brain stimulation is one of the biggest mistakes they can make. Take Barbara, 79, for example. She walked every morning, read the newspaper, and kept up with her house chores. But she noticed something unsettling. She was forgetting names more often, losing track of conversations, and struggling to recall what she had planned for the Tyson. When she mentioned it to her doctor, he asked a surprising question. When was the last time you learned something new? That question stayed with her, Because while her body was moving every day, her brain was stuck on autopilot. The truth is, your brain needs novelty, effort, and challenge to stay healthy. Activities like learning a new card game, trying out a new recipe, writing a letter by hand, or even learning a few phrases in a different language can light up areas of your brain that haven't been used in years. And it's not about doing it perfectly, it's about doing it actively. Engaging your memory, your logic, your creativity, and your attention span all build cognitive reserves that can help delay or even prevent the signs of mental decline. There's also a growing body of research showing that purposeful mental activity, done regularly, can improve mood, increase energy, and reduce the risk of depression, which is often underdiagnosed in older adults. And unlike walking, which can become routine and passive, mental activity forces your brain to stretch and adapt. So if your days are filled with the same patterns, watching the same shows, doing the same chores, reading the same headlines, it's time to shake things up. Pick up a puzzle, memorize, say a poem, join a discussion group, or challenge yourself with something just slightly outside your comfort zone. Because a healthy brain isn't built through routine, it's built through curiosity, attention, and effort. And the more you give your brain what it craves, the more it will reward you with clarity, confidence, and connection in the years ahead. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5, cardiovascular. Support through posture and breathing. At first glance, posture and breathing may seem too simple to make a real difference, but after 70, these two quiet habits play an outsized role in supporting your heart, brain, and overall vitality. You might walk every day and still find yourself out of breath, feeling lightheaded, or struggling with energy. And the reason isn't always your muscles. It's often how you breathe and how you hold your body. Most seniors were never taught how to breathe deeply, and over time, shallow chest breathing and slouched posture become automatic, limiting oxygen intake and placing more stress on the heart. Think of someone like Leonard, 78. He thought his breathlessness was due to aging. He wasn't overweight, he didn't smoke, and his walking routine hadn't changed in years. But during a physical therapy session after a minor surgery, the therapist noticed something else. Leonard's shoulders were always rounded forward, his chest collapsed, and he breathed in short, quick bursts. He had been walking with poor posture for years. It turned out his oxygen levels were dropping during those walks, making his heart work harder than it needed to. With simple breathing and alignment work, his energy returned in a matter of weeks. This is why diaphragmatic breathing, deep belly breathing, is so powerful. It activates your parasympathetic nervous system, helping you stay calm, focused, and well oxygenated. It also reduces your blood pressure and improves circulation. Combine this with good posture, shoulders back, chin level, spine tall, and you create the best environment for your heart and lungs to work efficiently, especially during everyday movement. It's not about looking a certain way, it's about creating space inside your chest so your organs can do their jobs without being compressed. And here's the most important part. This kind of breathing and posture work can be done anywhere at any time. While you're sitting, standing, lying in bed, or even walking, the goal is not perfection, it's consistency. Practicing 5 minutes of deep breathing in the morning, doing posture checks during the day, and gently stretching your upper back and chest can transform how you feel by evening. These are not flashy exercises, but they are the foundation for energy, calm, and cardiovascular ease. So the next time you find yourself feeling winded or sluggish, even after exercise, don't just blame age. Pay attention to how you're sitting, how you're standing, and most of all, how you're breathing. Because sometimes the biggest difference in how long and well you live comes not from how far you walk, but from how deeply you breathe while standing still. Now that you've heard these 5 essential shifts, It's time to reflect on what they mean for you. Walking has its place, but after 70, your health depends on more than just steps. It depends on the strength in your legs, the steadiness of your balance, the care you give to your joints, the attention you give your mind, and the air you allow yourself to fully breathe. Every one of these areas is connected to how long you'll live, and more importantly, how well you'll live while you're still here. Many people continue doing what they've always done, not realizing their bodies have changed. But you're not the same person you were at 50 or even 60. And that's not something to fear, it's something to respect. Your body is wiser, more delicate in some ways and more powerful in others. It needs a different kind of care now. One that listens, one that adjusts, one that says, I'm not just trying to stay busy, I'm trying to stay well. So if you've been walking every day and wondering why your knees ache or your energy dips or your balance feels a little off, it's not your imagination. Your body is asking for more than just motion. It's asking for targeted, intentional care. And the good news is, you can start that care today with one balance exercise, one breathing session, one choice to stand tall, and tomorrow, your body will remember. It always does. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.